What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the ChimiCast. On this episode, we're going to be reviewing The Batman, the latest Matt Reeves Batman standalone movie. Riley got me out of bed for this, so I guess the question of the video should be, is Tanner wearing pants or not? The answer may surprise you.
I think you are.
Is he?
Stand up, you coward.
Give me the detective. Give me the detective skills. Show me your detective skills.
Wyatt, say something provocative.
Oh no.
Pussy whips.
Gong.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The bat signal.
The bat signal. Catwoman's ass.
You know, I don't know if we had any good views of that in this movie. I don't think we did.
Probably not really.
Nah, I don't think
Oh,
so.
we had a shot of her putting on her costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. A lot better than the old Batman and Robin movie putting on costume thing. Do you remember that, Riley? From Batman and Robin, where they're suiting up and it shows them like putting on everything.
And it shows her ass. Yeah. I love that scene.
Oh,
It's
great.
so stupid.
What a good film. What a great film. You know,
But we're not here to talk about that.
if we had a Batman ranking
about-
list, that would be near the top per y'all, based on y'all's ratings in the past.
No. Don't get it twisted. Come
Nah.
on.
Our rating in the past. Talking about Superman. Most of those movies are awful.
3. Superman 3 was funny.
God.
Batman and Robin
Yeah.
was not funny.
Yeah. Also, the other ones aren't as bad as that. Like, the other ones are worse. The only thing that says Superman 3 is that it's funny.
Anyways, so obviously we're here to talk about the Batman. So what I would like to ask you guys first, let's just do the initial non-spoiler, ranking, out of 10. What do we give this movie? Starting with Wyatt.
Out of 10, I give it an 11.
At 11? That's not
Damn.
on my scale. How dare you?
Great one. Hey, fuck you, Ratty. I got there first.
You stole that from me.
Riley?
Yeah, I don't think you're the first one who's ever said 11 out of 10 for something, Riley. You don't own that. Show me the copyright. Show me that trademark.
Oh, I'm saying like right after the movie, I said that first.
Okay.
Look, what'd you think? I said
Riley.
11 out of 10.
Well,
I'll use my gaslight powers.
fine.
Actually, I said it first.
It's fine. We both love the movie. It's fine.
did we
but
though?
I loved it
It
first.
doesn't matter.
I loved it first.
Me, I did.
I did it. But yeah, just a really good movie. It's the first time a Batman movie has actually been Batman from the comics. Like he didn't murder anyone. He was Batman, and
He didn't have a back credit card.
Yeah, I'll just use my Bat card. He didn't answer a Bat phone. He didn't answer Bat computer, but he had a Bat computer, and it was cool. And
There wasn't a creepy old man with motor oil coming out of his mouth.
I don't remember that. Are you
What's
talking
that
about
a
Dune?
reference to?
That happened in Dune. That
The
happened
Penguin.
in Dune.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and not just Batman was
Returns
right.
Has a good soundtrack.
Not just
I love
Batman.
that movie. I'm not trashing on the movie. I'm just saying like that the Danny DeVito crap was like just out of place.
It
Really
was
disturbing.
It was. Continue, Wyatt.
Yeah, not only was Batman portrayed correctly, but every other character. The Penguin was great. The Riddler was great. Catwoman was great. So yeah, 11 out of 10.
Nice. Riley?
Also 11. I loved it.
I loved it.
I don't know how like they captured the feeling of Gotham finally.
Yeah, Gotham was
like,
incredible in this movie.
I don't feel like they've ever been able to do that except for maybe like Batman Returns. I feel like that's the most Gotham movie besides this one. Like as far as just the feel of the city and like how trashy it is, but also like how beautiful the architecture is, like the Gothic scenery, like you know, the gargoyles and things like that, and the buildings. I feel like
the cars fit too, and the cars never fit.
Yes, yeah, they didn't do like the super old '40s cars and.
I mean, they kind of did. The cars looked older, but they are still cool.
I didn't feel like it was like the animated series or anything.
No,
like that, but
where they got the Tommy guns.
And like, I love the Nolan trilogy, but it's not Gotham. You know,
it's New York.
It feels like it's taking place in
it's
Chicago,
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Some scenes were shot in Charlotte, North Carolina.
But like, there were some parts of the movie where like, I literally got chills just from how perfect it was. You know, like.
Was it the Something in the Way song? Because that's when I get chills.
It was very comic booky, I felt like, and also modern. Like it
was a good.
It felt real, but it also felt
like a comic book,
like a fantasy. You know, like. So yeah, I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I agree with both of you. I wouldn't give it an 11.
Boo.
I don't know if I'd give it a 10 either.
Boo him.
I give it a 9.
Boo
I give it a 9, which is a great on the
Tanner
scale.
Where do you rank it compared to the other Batman movies?
You know, someone asked me that. Someone asked me that this week, and I didn't know how to answer them. Because I agree with y'all completely. This is the most Batman-feeling comic book version of Batman that we've ever had, which is great, and I loved every minute of it as well. I think the movie's flaws are in its length, and I think there's some stuff that could have made it tighter and then make the movie better as a whole. But that doesn't mean I didn't love it. I did love it. I just think there's things keeping it from being a perfect 10 that I'm going to run out and go see again. Not that I'm not going to go see it again in the future, just probably from the comfort of my home to where I can put it on in the background. But I know. They're mad at me. Audience, they're mad at me because they're going to go see it again. And I said no because I didn't want to sit through a 3-hour movie.
You're literally not doing anything tomorrow. And you're not sitting through it. You're like, I really enjoy this. I can't believe I have to sit through this that I really enjoy. It's such a great movie. Why am I sitting here?
I don't know if you know this, but like, you ragging on him is not going to make him go see this movie.
Exactly.
I don't care. I just want to rag on him.
Exactly. But I mean, the movie as a whole is really good. I loved the villains. I love Robert Pattinson as Batman. I think it's Bruce Wayne's kind of non-existent in the movie.
It's before Bruce Wayne has that persona, because he is Batman first, and Bruce Wayne is the mask.
He's vengeance.
By no means do I think that Robert Pattinson is the best Batman.
Yeah.
It's just that the
who is
entirety of the movie is just so good. Ben. Like, he doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think Ben is?
I do.
What?
Respectable. Tanner thinks Ben Affleck is still the best Batman.
Why do you think that?
He was just the best Bruce Wayne and the best Batman. The intensity of his Batman.
See, while I do love Ben Affleck's Batman, he's more like the Batman you see in the Justice League comic. Well, he's not the Batman that you read in Batman.
He was never in his own standalone movies.
I know.
I mean,
I wish he would have been.
He was playing I do too, but he was playing Justice League Batman.
Yeah, he was more cooperative. He wasn't brooding. He wasn't like, most of the time he wasn't like solving a case or anything. You know, It was just like, hey, what can we do? Let's defeat freaking Darkseid. You know,
he reminded me of the Batman from the animated series, and that's probably why I liked him so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, in design.
Just him big?
Maybe it's because, like, animated Bruce Wayne looks just like Ben Affleck.
barrel chested.
Yeah,
He definitely still has the
huge
best action. He has the best action scene.
except he
for a
killed
Batman.
people.
Still,
He
still.
definitely killed
Like
people.
that warehouse scene in BVS is still unmatched. So that's one thing I'll say this movie didn't do. I was wanting to. It did not beat out the warehouse scene from BVS in terms of Batman action.
Did you want it to though?
Yeah,
Like, you want your two Batman to be unstoppable? Because I love that part.
like
I
I hope
love
by the
the
third
EVP.
movie in this trilogy he's able to do that.
Yeah,
Let's get into
yeah,
spoilers.
I agree with that. What?
I said, let's go ahead and get into spoilers so that.
Okay.
So there's our thoughts on the Batman. If you want to cut off here and come back after you've seen the movie, you can do so now. But yeah, we look forward to you watching the rest of the video later. Anyways, so as we were talking about, this Batman takes a shotgun to the fucking chest.
He does.
Oh yeah. Oh, it hurt him though.
It hurt him.
Did
but I
it,
mean,
though?
his armor,
Did it?
Yeah.
it hurt him. He had to inject himself with like a pure
He almost
adrenaline.
passed out.
I swear that is not adrenaline, and I swear that's the Bane stuff.
And it could
That's
be.
so
It was
dumb.
green.
Venom.
It was green.
The
That's so
Venom.
dumb.
The Venom, Riley.
But I mean,
No,
No.
I
that
love
would be
how
awful.
Why? That's Bane.
Because there's no reason for him to have that.
But he does.
No, he doesn't.
Well,
Why does
Probably.
why
The
why does
reason
he
is
have something
because
to
he's
inject
Batman.
himself with anyways?
Well, it could just be adrenaline.
I am 100% sure it is adrenaline. That is literally a Batman thing to do,
Yeah,
and it's
it is.
been done.
The only way you could play it off with Bane Venom for me is if it was like not just his thing and it was like a combat drug, but he like has like a mutation or something that makes him use it a lot better than anyone else. Like it has a bunch of strain on the body.
I want to remind you that that man was not even unconscious after he took that beating from him. So no, I don't think it was Venom because he
Yeah.
would have broken his fucking jaw.
Yeah, that's also a good point. I love that when he took that shotgun to the chest, it didn't go through, and throughout the rest of the scene, you see the buckshot caught by his plate, like his chest piece. That was cool.
Buckshot.
Nice attention to detail.
Which, I mean, that would knock you on your ass. Like, even if you have the Kevlar, like, you...
Well, you'd be fucking dead.
No, you wouldn't be dead if you had body armor from buckshot. It would knock you on your ass, but I mean, you gotta think there's non-lethal shotgun rounds that, I mean, still fly as fast as a shotgun round and are heavy. But I mean, it's like a beanbag to the chest isn't gonna kill you. It'll fuck you up, but you ain't gonna die.
Well, how did y'all like the villain in the movie? How'd y'all like Riddler? Y'all like Riddler?
I did like Riddler.
I loved
I liked his
the
design.
reimagining of
Yeah.
the Riddler.
Because this Riddler was a lot more like deranged and a lot more violent, which
Don't get me
not
wrong.
really happened.
I love Jim Carrey Riddler as much as anyone.
I saw a
So
post.
many questions.
So Riley, I saw a post today on Reddit, and it showed his glasses that Riddler wears, the clear, like from this movie. They're like his clear glasses, and they're like almost exactly the same as the Edward Nygma Jim Carrey Joker.
Yeah.
I saw that. That
that's
was
cool.
pretty cool.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I liked his design and the tape and stuff and the
BDSM mask.
I liked me and Wyatt were laughing our asses off at him doing live streams.
Yeah.
Hey
just
fans, thanks for all the
Hey,
subs.
follows. He was literally autistic, and I say this as an autist. Like he was literally autistic. He's like a 4chaner.
Autist.
Yeah, he was reeing. He was fucking reeing like when shit wasn't going his way.
He legit
He
was.
was having a meltdown.
I don't know. The Dolby. I'm not gonna lie. With the Dolby surround sound, it was like, oh god. Every time he would yell like that, I would cringe. I'm like, but it worked
That's
with
what
his
it's
game.
I feel like.
We got out. No, we didn't get out of the theater. But the next time me and Riley were with Jesse, our other friend, we were in the car going somewhere, and Riley looks at Jesse and goes, "Hey Jesse, does Riddler remind you of someone?" And they all look at me because I kind of look like him because just how he has his hair, it's like me. So it's just
I could see you
trying to reach you.
Oh God, I could see Wyatt's face. You know that scene where they finally catch him, and there's
in the diner.
There's still a fucking hour left in the
shaven.
movie when that happens. But he's got his head.
Tanner,
He's just like smiling.
You should deep fake Wyatt's face.
I can.
You should. That should be the thumbnail. That should be the thumbnail.
I'll make it happen.
This next Halloween, I might just go as the Riddler from this movie.
Riley should be Batman.
I don't have to do much. I just have to shave.
I'll be Penguin and just be my normal fat self.
I loved Penguin. Hey, take it easy, sweetheart.
Yeah, he was cool. He was nice Italian.
I loved
mobster.
him. Yeah, he was great.
He did a very good job. I love this movie because it is faithful to the comics, but it's also like they're trying to be a little bit more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So while the Penguin, he still has the his club's name is the Icicle. What is it, Riley?
Iceberg Lounge.
Iceberg, the Iceberg Lounge. But it's not like it's ice themed or anything, which is campy. Like I'm okay with it not being like that.
Well, they have
just having the name and like the nickname
white stuff
works
blowing,
for me.
The smoke going.
Yeah. But I mean, still,
Okay.
It wasn't camping. It wasn't campy.
I loved the part when when Gordon shows him like that woman's face being eaten off, and he goes, "Oh, holy God, what are you showing me?"
I liked when they let him do the
good.
penguin walk. When they tied him up and they were interrogating, and then they were like, "You're just gonna leave me here?" And he was still tied up, so he looked like a penguin chasing after him. I loved that, and the fact that that's fucking Colin Farrell. Holy shit! I don't know what went into that makeup design, but they deserve freaking Academy Award or something.
They said that they had to remove
his face.
They removed.
They fed him to the mice.
What do you call it? Like, he's had plastic surgery done, and they had to remove that stuff.
Jesus.
Remove his plastic surgery?
Like, he had some kind of implants or something in his, like, for his facial, his face shape.
Yeah.
And they removed them so that he could play this role. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard.
That's fucking weird.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is dedication.
That's devotion to a role.
Yeah.
That's
He's
crazy.
like, all right, hurry
he's
up.
getting a spin-off, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting a spinoff.
Yeah.
It's called. I'll let y'all guess what it's called. Go ahead and guess what it's called.
It's called. Wah!
No.
Okay.
Riley, take your guess.
My Evening with Oswald.
No, it's like most DC things now, where they just put "the" in front of their name. It's just called The Penguin.
Nice.
All right.
Yep, The Penguin. I'm not really excited for that, but I will say this, which is I wasn't that excited for Peacemaker either, and Peacemaker ended up being my favorite show all year. So I think it'll be good. I'm more excited for that Arkham show that they're doing now.
Yeah.
So they canceled the GCPD show, and they're just replacing it with the Arkham.
They did?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they replaced it with the Arkham show.
I don't like the GCPD show.
They didn't really do a lot with the GCPD in the movie.
Mm-mm.
It was literally Gordon and everyone else.
Well, it was Gordon, one cop who didn't like Batman, but then at the end he liked Batman.
Ended up liked him. Who I wish they had made that Renee Montoya.
There were no detectives really or anything.
Where was Harvey Bullock?
Yeah, where's Harvey?
Yes, where's Harvey?
They couldn't have put
Bring back Harvey.
They couldn't have put Harvey in it because he would have been one of the corrupt cops.
That's true. He would have.
Yep. So they're saving old Bullock. Old Bullock for the next one.
Can I just defend the length of the movie right quick?
Go ahead.
You need to, because I love the length of it. Nothing fell out of place.
Okay, so the movie itself, the only thing that made it feel long to me is I was holding in a massive pee 30 minutes in. All right, that's the only reason I.
You never went either, did you?
No, I didn't.
No.
I held it.
Wyatt, you did go.
I had to go. I went from the part. I went when they did the church scene, which I've already seen. They've released that.
The length for me felt perfect because I read Batman comics, and like whenever you read like a graphic novel, like say Long Halloween for example.
Yeah.
That thing's 12 issues.
Yeah. I've read Long Halloween.
So it usually takes longer than a standard movie length to read one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of...
Especially if you're reading it to really let it sink in. Like, if you're not just trying to fly through it and be on your way. Like, that to me made it feel like a comic book for me.
Yes. And there was so much plot.
I felt really immersed into the story that way. Because that's what it did in my brain, was I'm reading a comic book.
Yeah.
There was so much plot. Like, we start with there's a murder and Batman's working with the Gotham police. That's like a single issue. Now he's off investigating himself, and that issue ends with him seeing Catwoman. And now he's working with Catwoman, and now he's working back with the GCPD, and now he has to escape from them in this next issue. Everything fits together, and it feels like you're reading a comic. I think that link was perfect.
More than it felt like a blockbuster.
Yeah. If you cut any of it out, you wouldn't get that feeling.
See,
it was literally perfect.
I would equate it to a TV show.
That's what I was about to say. If this would have been, like a 6-part HBO one big thing, I would have been all on board, and I wouldn't complain about length and things that could have been cut and stuff, because it would have made sense in that thing. And that's how I kind of keep seeing this movie, is like, I'm like, okay, this is an HBO show. I can see where they could... Honestly, this movie was originally going to be like a part 1 and a part 2, I think. And then they ended up just deciding it be one whole thing. But I could definitely see at what point they'd cut it off and be like, okay, there's part 1. Like, I could see that happening. But,
Yeah, after the chase thing.
Also, like, I love that they just went for it. Like, it really sets it apart from every other superhero movie that we've seen.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I agree. Now... So here are the parts that I thought should have been cut. Y'all don't have to chime in. I know y'all don't agree with me. It's okay. But here, for the listeners, friends of the show, here is the parts that I think, could have been done away with. So we got Penguin. I told y'all this one already. Penguin rolling around in his car going, whoa! That could have been cut. I didn't need to see the inside of the car and also the outside of the car and then the inside of the car again while the car is flipping. Show me the car flipping and then show me Batman walking to the car. I'm good with that. I also didn't need Batman looking in the car. I didn't need that. I understand Batman's gonna grab him. I don't need Batman. It was cool. It was cool of him slowly walking up to the car, but when he got to the car and you see his feet, it should have been like cut and then boom, now I've got Penguin. But no, we have to see him actually bend down and go.
I'm just waiting for Tanner to finish.
Like it's gonna be someone else.
I have to chime in one time.
Go ahead.
I love stuff like that because it's just like it's just raw, like this is happening, and it's also like this guy is weird as fuck. He literally just went.
It's fucking weird.
Like yeah, but that's how the Penguin feels, and that's how you feel when you watch that.
Yeah, I mean I agree with that to a point.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that to a point, but that's why I would cut there, and then some other scenes I would cut would be like when they're driving on their motorcycles, and then they separate, all Fast and Furious, Fast 7, that scene. Well, why did I need 5 minutes of them driving side by side? Like, couldn't you have showed me the last scene where they enter Gotham and then they go separate directions? They were
playing the soundtrack.
Yeah, but did I need that?
It
What did that add to the movie of them driving?
Is that the last scene you would cut?
there's many more, but those are the big ones that where I'm just like, this is useless.
Okay.
We can cut this.
Many more. I'm just gonna say many more. If you take all the scenes you wanted to cut, we would have, instead of a 2-hour 56-minute movie, we would have a 2-hour 45-minute movie. That's basically all you would cut. That is all you would cut. There's no reason for you to say, "Oh, too long."
I would cut more.
You'd have to cut whole scenes to make a dent.
I would cut.
Yeah, you would.
I would cut a lot more.
What is my new thing? You the weakest?
The weakest? Like who was
like
Catwoman and Batman? Catwoman and Batman talking about white privilege.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. To be fair, after thinking about it, I think it kind of fits Catwoman's character in this, just because she grew up like that, and that's all she's been around. And if you're just looking at her speaking at it, I can see why she would think that. But I mean, if they just slip that in just for social commentary, then they could fuck right off.
There was a Riddler scene, not the star of the movie, where I liked how Riddler kept hinting that he knew who Bruce was.
Yeah, and then it turns out he didn't.
And it turns out he didn't.
Bruce Wayne.
He kept saying his name, and then Bruce was freaking out. Yeah,
I was so glad.
We almost got it. We almost got him, you and I.
Oh! Here's a scene that I just now thought of. The scene at the start of the movie where the lady, it's a new character created just for this universe. The maid lady who works with Alfred and them. She goes, "So and so's here, Bruce." And then the scene just cuts. And then all of a sudden, they're downstairs in the Batcave solving a riddle.
They definitely did. It did cut some parts. They cut that meeting, and I think that would have served to show how Bruce Wayne isn't a thing yet. Like, because he would have probably been very awkward and stiff in the meeting, and not like billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne. And we would have seen that develop. We would have seen that develop in the later movies. I feel like that's what would happen.
There are some scenes that I do want to see that he talked about, Matt Reeves. There's actually another Joker scene.
This
You're
movie's
so
too
retarded.
long.
You're
But I
so
want to see the other
retarded.
scenes.
Just one deleted scene. I only want to see one, and it's because it has spoiler Joker. It has Joker in it. That's why I want to see it. So there's a website, the website at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's apparently doing so I showed you what the riddle answer was. I think I sent you what it was. But there's apparently a second part to that it's just a percentage that keeps going up. Like every couple of days it keeps going up percentage wise. So people are thinking maybe at 100% he'll release that deleted scene or something. Which is basically, I'm pretty sure from what I heard, it's like that scene in, I don't think it's Long Halloween, but Killing Joke, where he's like meeting with Joker, and he's like asking him questions. Like sort of Silence of the Lambs type stuff. But yeah, that ended up getting cut from the film. And then they just put that scene in at the end with Joker.
Tanner, do you know how much money the movie made in its opening weekend?
Yes. I believe 200 and something mil worldwide. Made like 100 and something mil here. It's doing really well.
Yes, it
200
is.
200 worldwide?
Yeah. That's good now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
For a weekend, yeah.
Did it screen in China?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
288 million, right, so far.
Okay.
Domestically, it's done 164.
Sure.
Yeah, but no, it hasn't released in China or any of those countries yet. To my knowledge.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah. But, I mean, still doing really good. I mean, its budget, I believe, is... I'm pretty sure it was 120 mil.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have expected to be more with all the stuff they did, but...
They went off, like...
They did.
Budget. Oh, sorry, 200 million, apparently.
Okay.
Because of COVID, that's why.
Gotcha.
Best Batmobile.
So
Yeah, I love the muscle car Batmobile. That was really cool.
That Batmobile is my waifu.
So
No cap.
it'll beat. I mean, it's made back its budget already, so that's good. After
Yeah.
one weekend, it's made
And
back its budget. So now it's got to do this 2 more times, which I think it will. Just because the word of mouth's been so good, I think that another 400 mil is not too hard for it.
It got a really good start with reviews.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. And then freaking DC freaking changes. They're like, oh, we have a bunch of movies. And they even showed a trailer. They even showed a trailer before the movies with all the DC movies coming out in 2022. And then today, today or yesterday, they were like, nope, everything's delayed. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're riding the high of like 2 of your best things to ever come out. You're riding the high of Peacemaker. You're riding the high of the Batman. Like, people are actually excited for DC stuff.
Suicide Squad was really good.
Suicide Squad. So people are actually really excited for DC stuff, and then they're like, "Fuck you." Makes no sense.
Could they not have put out
we all
least
know
one on time? Like
Well,
we all
like
know
delay
that
the rest and put one out on time.
It makes
we all
no
know that
sense.
the Aquaman movie and then the Flash movie, they're just gonna do the Flashpoint and reset the DCEU. We all know that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really care about it.
I hope they just leave Matt Reeves and Pattinson alone.
Yeah.
They will.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see
This
him
isn't
in
a
any of those
Batman
movies.
for that.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm saying that. Like, I don't want Flash. I don't want Aquaman. I don't want freaking The Rock anywhere near this movie.
I want The Rock. I want
No
The
way.
Rock. You moody
I do
jabroni.
not want that. I don't want to see this Batman is not Justice League Batman.
No,
He's not,
no. He's Batman Earth 1.
and I don't want him to be.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, but I mean, as far as other stuff about the movie, there was 2 characters, Riley. Do you think that those twins are Tweedledee and Tweedledum?
No.
That was my first thought, and
So-
I was like, I don't know. That's really Mad Hatter.
Yeah, I kept waiting
that's
for
Mad
like the
Hat-
credits
Mad
to come
Hatter.
out and say Tweedledee, Tweedledum, but
Me
no one's
too.
ever said anything about that. So, but I'm glad me and you both thought that during the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because as soon as there was another one that popped up, I was like, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Exactly.
And I kept
They look
wanting-
exactly the same.
I wanted, like, Penguin to, like, mockingly call them that or something.
Yeah.
Like, them not actually be Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah,
but
he
they
just
mocks
called them the twins.
Yeah.
Like, he meets Batman, he's like, oh, see, you met the twins.
I like that Batman kept introducing himself at the door and just walking through the front door.
Yeah, yeah,
I love that he walked through the front door like 3 times.
yeah.
It made no sense.
When he did the first, I was like, wouldn't Batman just sneak in?
Yeah.
That was my first one, but then I was like, you know what? This is better.
He has a grappling hook.
Yeah. I loved
like that.
how his grappling hooks work, because it wasn't like a grapnel gun anymore. He had it like built into his gauntlet.
What were those silver things?
Probably the gas canisters for his grapples.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
That
what they
would
look
make more
like.
sense. I didn't know what they were. For some reason I kept thinking they were like blades or something. Did y'all like his batarang? I thought that was dope.
how it was
That
used
he
on
took
his,
it out of his
Yeah.
chest. That was dope.
Yeah.
and used it to slice a freaking live electric wire, spewing thousands of volts of electricity everywhere.
Really thought my boy was dead when he fell in that water. I thought he was taking the electric thing with him, but he's just fucking dying.
Make this man a martyr in one movie.
Right? I kept thinking, I was like, okay, so they killed him, and then at the end of the movie, he's gonna still be there. One of the cool parts about the movie, which I really liked, was the beginning when they're all looking into the shadows and they're worried that he's there. I thought that was
Yes.
dope. I
Yes.
thought that was dope as hell.
Yes, they've never done that.
Yeah. Like
The
all the criminals were like, oh
introduction.
shit.
Yeah, when
They
he
did that
finally
a little bit in the Nolan films, but not like that.
No.
Yeah. And when he stopped those gang members from killing that guy as just the opener, and one thing he didn't, I don't know if he used it again, but his like glove has a built-in taser.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really cool.
That was cool. I like Pattinson's Batman. I like Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. I thought she was great. I think she's probably the best Catwoman we've ever had.
What's that question?
Yeah. She's the best Catwoman. I mean, Colin Farrell's the best. I mean, all the characters that are villains are the best that they've been in previous films. Question for y'all. Who do y'all want to be in the sequel? But I will say this, that Matt Reeves said just because the Joker was at the end of the movie, do not expect him to be the main villain or even the villain of the next movie.
Be in the third
Yeah,
one.
they're saving him finale.
What y'all think? Do y'all think that there'll be a Arkham Breakout as the third movie, like Arkham Asylum? That would be dope.
Cool.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I think
the
Arkham
Rogue
Asylum
Gallery
as the
showing
third
up.
movie would be great.
Honestly, my gut reaction is Bane, but I
You
don't know
say
if
Bane.
he'll do that. I don't know if he'll do that since they just did a Bane movie, like 10 years ago.
It would be different because this movie, the main threat wasn't physical. It was finding out just what is Riddler doing. Bane would be a physical threat.
Plus, you would have the whole like, oh, he broke me, and now I have to come back and make a comeback, and then he wins.
They've already done that though.
And then he sets up for the third movie.
I mean,
That's just my gut reaction, but I don't know if they'll do that.
I love my favorite Batman movie, not Batman movie, but Batman villain in stories and comics. I love Ra's al Ghul in the League of Assassins stuff. But I mean, that has the same problem with Bane. They've already done that in the Nolan verse.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that would be a good stepping stone because Ra's is a mental and a physical threat. So you could have both that maybe improve on the action a bit. And because also that would be a very bigger threat than the Thugs Batman faced this time. I mean, he was still like getting beat on in this movie.
Yeah,
so if he was going against League of Assassins trained ninjas, he would be having a bad time.
Yeah. See, that's my thing. Is like whoever the new villain is, like he's gonna have to get good.
Yeah.
like his fighting is lacking quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree. So there's two people I have in mind as... Well, there's two villains, and I think you could do them both in one movie, honestly.
Kite Man.
I wish.
Hell yeah.
Crazy Quilt.
Firefly.
Honestly, it could be
King.
Penguin.
Firefly is going to be the villain of the Batgirl movie, by the way.
Okay.
What was I going to say? No, I want the villain of the second movie to be... Drum roll. Hush. I want it to be Hush. And I want it...
I knew you'd say that.
Yeah, I want Hush to be the villain. And I want the Court of Owls also.
And Court of Owls would be good. I would say Court of Owls.
The only reason I say Hush or Court of Owls, which is because this movie dealt with a lot of corruption in Gotham.
That could be what they need. Yeah, so they've set up the corruption with the renewal. Next movie, we could see Robert develop Bruce Wayne as a character alongside trying to restart the renewal since the corrupt Gotham
the background of his family, the Waynes.
Yeah, and then the Court of Owls is the main villain and the main antagonist.
See,
I would love that.
See, and that's why I was saying Hush too.
They're perfectly set up for it.
That's why I was saying Hush too, because you could kind of do the, the doctor and stuff like that of Falcone and, who was with Thomas Wayne and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that Court of Owls would be good too. But there's part of me is still like, did we kind of waste the opportunity of Court of Owls by showing that Gotham is already corrupt, or would this just be an escalation?
Well, to be fair, this didn't show any of the other families of Gotham. This was just the government. It showed how corrupt the government.
That's true.
Connection with
but this would be showing how corrupt the
family.
businesses are and the woke.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and that would be Batman's and Bruce Wayne's main adversary, if he was trying to start the renewal, restart it, and actually fix things, would be those families.
You could say, like, it wasn't just Thomas that was corrupt. It was the whole Wayne family that was corrupt. They've been corrupt forever.
And then it's the Court of Owls. I just want to see that Talon and Batman fight.
Yeah, Talon and Batman.
Plus, like,
cool.
that alone, like, you could do something to where, like, he trains with some of them or something, like, just for whatever reason at first, and then they turn on him, and then, like, he would be a better fighter then, or something.
Yeah. Do you think that this Batman will have a Robin at all in any of these movies?
Based on the way he treated...
I
know, I was like, based on the way he treated the little orphan, yeah. I could see him having a Robin. I think
I don't know if he will, though.
That would be something.
Pattinson said he'd have to be 12.
Batman needs a Robin to...
Pattinson said he'd have to be 12 or 13. I'm like, that's weird, but okay.
That is what this Batman could use. Something that he could use a Dick Grayson, because he's very depressed.
Agreed.
He needs some positivity.
I kept thinking we would get Under the Red Hood with Ben Affleck's Batman, and we just never got it. We got hints of it, but never got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what he's saying with the 12 or 13, because, like, you don't want, like, if it's any older, like, they're gonna clash, you know, like, it's not gonna be like Bruce and Dick Grayson, it's gonna be like Bruce and Jason.
Right, agreed. But I feel like they want that. I feel like they want Jason Todd.
Plus, Pattinson is already young himself, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, he looks young.
I mean, he still is pretty young. He's not like 35, you know.
You know, I actually really like Jeffrey Wright's Commissioner Gordon. I thought he was really good.
I did too.
He was great.
Yeah, I thought he was really good too. I was hoping they'd hint at his family and stuff more, but yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I think that's... Do y'all have any other thoughts on the Batman?
Robert Pattinson is exactly 35 years old.
Is he really?
Yes,
I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah, I thought he was. I mean, he was young when Twilight came out. Think of how long... That was like 10, 12 years ago. Maybe more.
I thought he was like 30.
He's 35, man.
He's 35, man.
35, man.
He's old.
That man 35, man.
That man 35 there, man. Taylor Lautner's 30 years old.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all like this movie better than The Dark Knight? Let's end it on that. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Fair enough. Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins as well?
Yeah.
Those two are not as good as The Dark Knight.
See, I like Dark Knight Rises better than I like Dark Knight.
No, that's the worst one. That's the fucking worst one, Tanner.
My favorite's Batman Begins. That's my favorite.
That movie actually almost ruins that trilogy for me.
The fire rises, right?
And it's not even him. It's just like the whole movie. Like the whole plot and the acting.
Great.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's good.
For you.
And... freaking Anne Hathaway as Catwoman.
She was wonderful. Don't hate on her.
Are you kidding me?
Anne Hathaway's
You
hot.
might as well wave around a little skeleton.
What do you mean?
Clink, clank, 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 clank,
She's
clank.
hot.
No, she's not.
Oh, yeah, she is.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Bro, a swift breeze would blow her away.
Have you seen Love and Other Drugs?
Just
She's
stop.
amazing.
You're hurting your case by continuing to talk.
She's a beautiful woman.
No, but I want to say that, like, I don't say that lightly, because I freaking love The Dark Knight. And before this year, literally this year, it was my favorite movie ever.
Ooh, is this now your favorite movie ever? Or
Dune and this movie dethroned it.
No, this movie did not dethrone it. Dune dethroned it.
Dune dethroned it, really.
But let me say this: this movie's still better than The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is a really special movie, but this movie is just, it has the perfect feel of what Batman is supposed to be.
Mm. Well, yeah, there's one quote that happens in this movie that just encapsulates what Batman is and what he's never been in movies. When him and Gordon are going into this orphanage and he tells Gordon, no guns. That is such a Batman thing to do.
Yeah, he's right. And I loved that we got to see him cooperating with the police and like walking through a crime scene like that. When have you ever seen that?
I liked him punching Gordon too.
Yeah, he punched Gordon.
Gordon was like,
to get away.
I thought you'd really pull your punch, and he was like, I did.
That's straight out of a comic book, man. Like that's the only place you ever see that stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited.
It was straight out of a comic book, but it was still real enough, which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But I've got to give their hats off to them.
The fact that I see all this stuff in the movie, just like it gives me so much hope for the other movies that Matt Reeves is going to do, and it tells me that he really actually understands Batman.
Yeah,
which is really saying something about like any other Warner Brothers employee. Like none of them know a fucking DC comic from a hole in the ground.
Same
How
with
does
Star
Superman
Wars,
go
really.
home if his ship go boom?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, he gets it, man. Like he knows what we want and what it needs to be. Makes me so happy.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the next movies. And I hope you're excited for the next video on the ChimiCast. Please like, subscribe, do all that good jazz. And we will see you on the next one.
Click that notification bell, like and subscribe.
Thanks, Wyatt.